Hi, welcome back. You're with Halftime Report. It's time now for personal finance, and joining us is Roongta, certified financial planner. Hi, Harsh. Thanks much and good afternoon. Our first query is through to us already. We have Narayan M, who has written to us from Bangalore. He says he wants to invest about ₹1 lakh in mutual funds for his daughter's future. He's expecting returns in about 5 years from now. So he's 41 already. I suppose he's investing for her education. What's the best advice that we can give him?
I think before I recommend the investment, there are two things. I think he's mentioned a period of 5 years, whereas his daughter is only 7 years old. And I think it would be good for him to sort of make sure that he mentions takes the correct investment period into account, because depending on the period, the amount of exposure to equity can vary. For example, assuming he has a very aggressive risk profile, if it's 5 years, then it can't be the equity component. Even for a very aggressive profile, we would recommend would be say 70%, whereas if the same thing is 10-year plus, then I think the equity component can be much higher. I mean, it can even be 100%, assuming that he has got other investments through which he is taking a debt and a gold exposure. The second thing is, to the extent it is going to be equity, I would never recommend lump sum investments. So even if you have to make an equity investment, you should put it into an income fund or a short-term fund or a liquid fund for a systematic transfer, say over 12 months, into a equity fund or a balanced fund. Having said that, I think if his goal horizon is anyway 5 years, then I think he should go for a balanced fund, and it could be ICICI Pru balanced fund. Whereas if he has a longer horizon, he can go for a large cap equity. It can, and if he needs tax, it can be a tax plan, which is through a systematic transfer. He can transfer into a tax plan that can be Axis long-term equity, or if he does not need the tax break, then it can be a large cap equity, say an IDFC Nifty index fund or an ICICI Pru focused blue chip fund.
Sure, that's some sage advice. Thanks so much for joining us and giving us that recommendation. So invest into the markets through SIPs, not lump sum at this point in time. And ICICI Pru balanced fund is something that Roongta recommends. But with that, it's a wrap on Halftime Report from Sumera, myself and the team. Thanks for tuning in. Business Lunch will take all the action forward.